associates ain't a friend. Colleagues ain't friends.
Right. Right.
Misunderstood. So I'm gonna help you understand. So anyway, how you doing, young lady?
I'm doing good, Charles. I just woke up. I went out today, and I hadn't been out in a while like I went out today, and I was so exhausted when I came home and fixed dinner and fell asleep with the plate in my hand.
With what?
I fell asleep with the plate in my hand.
Oh wow.
I was so tired. I have a
You
bu-
just
I have
you
a
just smell that
bunion.
food.
I have a bunion on my foot, and I bought me some new bedroom slippers. I felt like I was Michael Jackson walking on clouds, and I just sit on the couch with my plate in my hand, flipped on my YouTube channel to see how these uh these patriots shut down the courts, and I just fell asleep. I just woke up, and it took me 30 minutes to clean the kitchen.
Yeah, I gotta get my little watch my little things.
You been doing how you doing with your diet and everything? You sticking to it?
Yeah. Yeah, because I've been going like, what it is, they cleaned my whole refrigerator. So they got rid of everything. So what I did, I've been going to Costco, just buying stuff I can eat, you know. So I bought fruit, I bought, some meat, and the cottage cheese and applesauce. Just still simple stuff. So I'm rebuilding my refrigerator back up, but I'm not putting a lot of stuff in it.
I I get it. So you
Because
went to
here's some,
Costco, huh?
all right, here's some drama that I didn't tell you. Okay, so past Monday, I had to go to San Diego for a meeting. Doctor. So I did some labs. Well, no, I did labs early. Well, okay, so I drove down. I drove my wife's car, and she had a Ford Fusion. So I'm going down. I get almost down there, and then some big piece of metal was in the freeway. So I couldn't get over. I couldn't swerve around it, so I hit it. So I went underneath the car, and so probably like a couple miles after that, the car started like going into like cutting off. It didn't cut off, but it was cutting off. Power really wasn't there. So I pulled off, and I went up off the freeway, pulled over, and then what it is her car texts her when something's wrong. So it tells her what's wrong. Like, you need coolant, the car's overheating, but you can't put coolant in her car. She has a Ford Fusion hybrid. So you can't put fuel in it. The whole engine is wrapped up where you can't really touch it. So I got off, called AAA, and said, "Could you guys just take me up the hill to the hospital?" So they took me up to the parking lot, and they left the car. So then I went in, did my blood work, and I came back out, and so I was just trying to figure out where I'm gonna take it to get it fixed. So in a nutshell, they charged me $1,640.
1,600.
Yeah, to replace the radiator because that's what got damaged because it leaked the cooling out.
Right.
But I think there was more damage that was done. But she said some things that were being texted to her from her car, they were still doing it. So I said, well, that don't have anything to do with it. I mean, the guy fixed the radiator and everything, so that was that. But she said, I was going home, and when she was leaving, going home, she said she felt the car was cutting off in the middle of traffic. Like the power was draining out. So she pulled over, turned the car off a little while, and then turned it back up. It was cool. So she don't feel confident in the car. I'm like, so now we're trying to figure out how to get rid of it. Just turn it back in or something, But they said they'll buy it back, And I said, well, all these things on the diagnostic, they will find that out. So they'll be trying to deduct all that from the car. So you got to kind of like go to get it resolved before you can take it out. I mean, you won't pay no big money, but the sensors and all that went off. So maybe when I hit the thing, it said sensors, came live, whatever. But anyway, I blew off $1,600. I had 3 months of mortgage, deferred. So that was my time to catch up. But now, that hit me. I'm like, so we kind of figured it out. She's paying $687. So I thought the lady sent me a car. I said, so if we can refinance. Then she started saying about credit. I said, well, you didn't say that. So I mean, you told me a lie. And so she's like, well, come by next week, we can see about buying a car back. But there's Ford dealerships trying to buy cars back. But I'm like, shit, I just hit the damn thing. I don't know how much damage was done. So, my wife, she knows this manager at Nissan, a friend of hers. So she was like, I'll go there and see if I can trade it in for a used car. Just get out from under the car.
So she's paying almost $700 for a Ford?
Yeah, a hybrid. But it's like, because I had jacked up for it. She got her BMW, she went bought Pico, and it was all jacked up. But she went with this little Mexican girl, and she thought she was independent. Like, I want to do this without you. So she came back. They went to the dealership. It was like one of those dealerships on the side of the corner, and the guy went out of business the next week. That should have been a sign that you was in trouble. She tried to give it back with a limit law, but she didn't know what the guy was. So she tried to sell it to this lady, and started doing that same shit. Said, no. The lady's like, I ain't buying this shit. No, I ain't gonna do it. Anyway, she got a repo on her already, and so it's drama.
Oh, she already got a repo?
Yeah, she got one already.
Well, I'm working on.
And then she was like, you might try to get out from under and say you won't mess up credit up. I said, my credit's already shit. The repo really fuck it up for real. And I was like, let's try to get under this car. Let's just try to get something.
PP long stop.
And then, I wouldn't do insurance if your insurance ain't paying shit, so I wouldn't do that. Okay? And I rely on insurance. I say it was stolen. She got to take my sister. When she had a car way back in the day, she said, "She's gonna want to mess with these keys." I was all messed with guys saying, "You don't think I can't give you keys." That would make it like it wasn't safe. Good thing, man, work it out. It's your car. We're in Mexico. You do you. And I was like, I'm going to get the train back to San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got to my car and I get out of here. It was crazy. But anyway, that was that. I was about to buy a refrigerator on my house. I'm trying to redecorate and everything.
Right.
New curtains in, do the floor, just rebuild everything,
For your podcast, Charles, you ain't forget about it, right?
No, I'm working on it. I'm like making the content, ideas, and then I'm doing the research for it. So yeah, I got a woman looking So the crazy Middle Eastern chick I was talking about,
Yeah.
I had to cut her. She was one of the cuts on
You
the board.
you told me
So
she was yelling at you and
yeah, so I'm like, and I blocked her, so ain't no getting through. So my friend of mine up in San Jose, she has a friend in LA who one of her sorors, and she was like, I could help you with the podcast because I know what to do and this and that. And you know what, Kim, I really don't want nobody helping me because they feel they're part of the whole building up process. And like I said, I just want no ties to nobody. And it's just like something I'm building. And I just don't want to hold nobody down with the influence any of the things I'm saying or talking about. I don't want to be like, yeah, let's talk about this subject. I'm like, no, I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about what I want to talk about. Helping the black man. So, I was telling her about what you said, Clubhouse.
Yeah.
So I was telling her about that. She's like, yeah, I know about Clubhouse. She said, what you might want to do is start making TikTok videos. Just to appreciate your following and just touch on little subjects here and there. I said, well, the problem is I don't know how to make TikTok.
Charles, you just turn on the phone and do it. And some of them, I could even give you a couple of little apps that. Oh, but you can't. Has your site improved?
No, not yet. Let's see. The eye doctor up there down there in San Diego, so I got to go this weekend, and they're going to start a series of injections to get down the information and to work on getting my eyesight better. But
yeah, because they even got software like teleprompters, like when you go to the Oscars or the Emmys. So they got those that you can put on your cell phone to even write you out your scripts a little bit, and then you can adjust it based on your pace. And that's one option. But the best thing that I could say, Charles, is just turn on the camera. Don't make it so complicated for yourself that you don't do anything. It's gonna some of it when you look back a year, you gonna be like, dang, I was looking real crazy back then. Or you might have great videos. You just don't know. But just get on the habit of just doing quick little 1-minute videos on your cell phone right now.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing it.
Yeah, and you can start uploading those on Facebook, on your Instagram. And I don't know if TikTok will allow you to. Yeah, TikTok will allow you also to add random videos. Just start. The other thing is, Charles, find like-minded content creators that are similar to you, or that you can, or that if there is a vertical, some one of your topics that you are passionate about. It could be food, it could be men's health, it could be just you could talk about pharmaceutical drugs, you could talk about a number of things, but also talk about your journey. Just random videos. Hey, this is Charles. This is day number 100. I just recently received a kidney transplant and I'm starting my own podcast. Can you follow me? And don't be discouraged if nobody follows you right away. You got to be consistent and be like, who is this guy? Then you start playing with the app, discovering all of the different little nuances, starting to add additional people. You got to friend people, follow them, like their content, and then you will find people pop up and say, I'm building my social media. If you follow me, I'll follow you back. Like that. You could do a video like that. And just gradually hey, this is Charles, this is day 12, and I'm in Costco and I'm shopping. And let me just tell you one of the things that I had to deal with getting out of the hospital. Sometimes when people are around you, you don't realize that they can affect you. And I had to make some decision of some longtime friends that I had to let go, because one of the most important things is that I realize is that in order for me to heal, I have to have harmony, right? I have to have peace, right? I have to know that the people that are in my corner are really there. They're not just lurking. And I just wanted to let you know that I didn't give up on me, and don't you give up on me. This is Charles, and this is Big Daddy Kane, and I'm laying it down in your lane. Find you a slogan that you can close with. This is Big Daddy Kane, and that's gonna give them an idea, Charles, that you working with something. Just say this Big Daddy Kane, and I'm just staying in my lane. Now, wasn't that good, Charles? See, I'm gonna be your acting coach. So come up with your slogan. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? So write that down, Charles. This is Big Daddy Kane, and I'm just staying in my lane. I like that, Charles. Your lane is this, right? And your lane is whatever you said. If it's health one day, if it's a day that you're not having a good day, I want people to get to know you, the individual person, not just when you just having good days, because Charles, it ain't gonna be good every day. Some days it's going to be challenging. Well, God is going to stretch you. He going to redirect you. He going to correct you. He might whip you up a little bit, and then he going to redirect you into a whole nother. You be like, damn, God, why I had to go through all that? Say, because I have to know that you're one of my soldiers, and that you in for the long run. And see, this what you gonna do. So whether the day you in your garden, hey, this is Charles, and this is day number 4 of my podcast, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But let me tell you this. I started gardening, and I want to show y'all my gardening and what I do, and how I had to make a decision that I wanted to be in more control of what I was putting in my diet. But let me tell you a little bit about my story. Follow me. And I'm also on YouTube. Like and subscribe my channel.
You enticing to come.
Yeah, and that's why even, Charles, if you decide to turn on the camera while you brushing your teeth, because God gonna give you inspiration when you on the goddamn toilet, and turn it on. Don't let people get to know you. That's the one thing that I could say, is that after just all this work I've been doing with this experiment, is that people aren't being transparent. And I have made it so easy to do what I do now because I've just incorporated it with everything that I do. Let me give you another point. You need to go on Amazon and get you a little blink camera, the one that like a security camera. And they have an app on your phone. You can set the camera to get you by motion, and you can move this little camera anywhere in the house where you are. And you can begin to train yourself, giving yourself 1-minute videos. Hey, this is Charles. I'm just in the kitchen today. I've been working in my garden, and I totally forgot that I didn't drink any spring water. And I just wanted to let y'all know that spring water is the wellspring of life. Hey, this is Charles, Big Daddy Kane, and I'm staying in my lane. And
I thought podcast was more like audio.
But you're talking about TikTok now. It is. You doing TikTok though. You got to think about your little 1-minute, maybe 1-minute videos or reels that you can do. That's an option. But your podcast will be audio only. But Charles, you got so much you can share on the camera. Even when you do your little meals, just fix your meals. When you fix your meals, Charles, put it on the best piece of paper plate you have. Don't do no paper plate now. We at least get a nice plate, Charles, and make it beautiful. Do that for yourself, so that when you sit down and commune with yourself and with God in Thanksgiving for that beautiful plate. And take a picture of it so people can see your journey. Take pictures of yourself every day, Charles. Get in the mirror. Even if you don't release everything at once, you're going to be building content, because when you get big, you gonna already have stuff that you just been creating and totally forgot about. Just start.
How do you organize the content? Like, let's say I have 4 pieces about mental health. How do I save them? Do you put them in the podcast thing and have them bits and pieces, and then you merge them?
If that's what you want to do, it depends. Are you going to be having a discussion with someone? Are you interviewing people? Are you
interviewing people? And I'm talking about stuff. I want to bring actual people who are going through it, men that, that rose above it. Like this guy was 200, 300 pounds, and he lost like 150 pounds, and he got control of his life, his journey. And then we're talking about professional people, and, just kind of like, you're going through different emotions. So you have people that's actually going through it, and you have people who are like experts in the field about it, like people that help do holistic stuff. And like, so you're getting the pros and the cons, So it's like, I don't want to test in products, because, you kind of like open the door and people can make their own decision. So I'll tell them the benefits of the thing, and you can go that route, or you can do it yourself. Or here's a concoction of various different supplements. And like when you watch YouTube, when they're trying to sell some supplement, they do a backstory, and then they do what's in it, and then they do how it applies to help you, even though it may not even work, but they got you in it. And I noticed that. These other videos, they read the same thing that it addresses, like diabetes. Well, it's not eating sugar. So it's kind of like, knowing it is of eating sugar and shit. But then you're going to say, you can still eat what you want to eat. That's not true. But they trying to put you against the medical industry. So it's like, you got to be careful, because some people are not good at, telling the truth.
Right.
So you kind of you want to make yourself believable. That people actually believe in what I'm doing. So if you want to hear with knowledge to gain your trust, then you address issues like mental health, or, as a black man with a job in America, or what do you do at the job to make yourself valued?
Charles, I like that. And let me add to that, if this could help you to grow that area. Maybe what I could do for you is you give me your 4 areas and I help you dream them out. So when you said that, you triggered something in me, because that's an area that I want to work with people on. How do you harvest your skills, either to grow in the company, if that's what you choose to do, or create something like what you're doing? You're going to be able to use all your experiences now, Charles, to help people. You know about business, you know about law, you know a little bit about health, you know about relationships and stuff like that. And with these people, you just said, what do you do to make yourself valuable? You have to make an assessment. Can this job get me where I want to be in the next 5 years or 10 years, right? And is there a position that I can move in? if I get a certification, if I maybe start to take on some more responsibilities, learning something else. I don't know what the world of work is like anymore. It's been so long. But if that is not a job that's going to put you in a position to move vertically or horizontally, then you are in a dead end job. And most of the jobs are like that because they only got a couple of supervisors. And then it just depends on the company what's above that. It's the administration of the company.
My brother-in-law was down there in San Diego. He was saying a lot of these people were bringing all their people in that weren't even qualified. So there was a lot of people they could have pulled from, but they were bringing in people that were pretty much incompetent to work those positions, like family. And knowing that was illegal, then the dude got in trouble. But I understand what you're saying. And then that's what I was like, one of the things, like I said, is to make yourself valuable to the company. So I was saying like a brother, let's say an average brother, he want to drink all night and shit and get up and go to work, but he don't want to be on time. So you like, hey, don't be that dude. Be a reliable source because, like, even when I was law firm, I would be late as hell, right, every day, which I know that was wrong. But what I do, I was doing the things that nobody else wanted to do. I was working with the attorney, and then I would be their check rep. I would be their paralegal rep. So when I go work with them, I do 3 or 4 things. Instead of having 4 or 5 people that's billing your client, you got one person doing 4 people's jobs. So when I was at trial, I was the guy that always went to trial. So I know the ins and outs of the court. So when new people come along or a veteran lawyer going to trial, I knew how to be in there, meet the court clerks, find out what the judge likes, have everything set up for them. And then the IT department never knew what the lawyers wanted. They would come in and set up computers, but the lawyers would ask for programs that didn't interact with the computers. So I would make it interact. I would make the computer do what they want because I knew what they wanted. The IT dudes don't know what the lawyers want. Depositions, and then I was doing a program to show transcripts and video on a big screen TV, and then that used to keep the jury awake because they would be falling asleep during the damn present, stuff. But when you show them videos, they get all up and then they listen to everything because it's playing, and it's like, oh, something different, But anyway, the whole thing about that was be of value to the company. So instead of coming late, being drunk the day before, you hungover, you come in early, and then you kind of stay late, to build your trust. And then you ask to do projects that nobody else want to do. But you're building trust with the company, and your boss is like, hey, when it's time to cut heads, they're like, we can't lose this guy because he comes through all the time. He goes and do the thing nobody else want to do, and he's happy doing it. So that makes yourself valuable. So when they're looking at cutting people, you raise your stock. So when they be like, should we cut this dude? And when you know value and you know what totem pole, you got to go. But if you're valuable to the company, they're going to keep you over somebody else. And they're going to look like, can we do without this person? We can do without the woman, but we can't do without the man. Because he's shown over and over repetition of being, reliable. So, and the way I look at it, you building You take a human like a mannequin, and then it's a black man, and you just think like the disparity of illnesses among the black. They are on the top of the list with everything: mental illness, diabetes, this, that, lung cancer. You number one on the list of everything. How? How do you? It's not. I can't say ignorance. It's the lack of knowledge because they don't know the answer. The question to answer, to ask. I go to the doctor, and then I'm like, they keep their mouth shut. They don't discuss what's really going on. So the doctor would be like, is there any other problems you're having? And they're like, no, I just want to get out of here because my wife requested me to go. So I'm just appeasing her. Which is basically saying, you really don't care about yourself. You come because your wife nagged you to come. So I just had thought how I break things down when I get the video going. I'm like, yeah, I'm about the topic. Okay, here, this is the category. And let me just give you a topic. So I'm telling them these are the big points, right? And then I said, let me this point number 3. And then I go in detail. Like, other subjects that I brought, the topic that I brought up, it's got different things that influence. And I want to let you know what the topic is and what I researched, and even bring opinions in. Opinions don't count. It counts, but it's got to be substantiated. So if I tell you to reduce blood pressure, it's really not about salt. It's about some other thing. But I got to have some proof to prove that that's the thing. So let's say we take about 2 or 3 black men and put them on a strict diet, and take out the food that you think is bad. Like this is one doctor who named Dr. Gundry. And he used to be a heart surgeon. He put him making supplements, And he started to it. I think that supermarket. And he's like, we investment in my real estate. And he said, yeah. And then he goes back to history. So in America, people were doing meat products and stuff. And it's like, that's not good for you. And you culture, compared to you.
Charles, you're I can't hear you anymore. You're mumbling.
Hold on. All right, is that better?
Yeah,
is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
All right. See, when I started talking to you, I'm on the speaker, right? And then what I do is just keep talking and I turn over on the phone, and then that's what people are like, I can't hear you before. And I'll be like, oh, the speakerphone's still on. But anyway, so you got some good points, Q. And I like the way you flow, because that's really helpful. And I think you gave the example. It's actually is better than you telling me, do this, and then I gotta go put 2 and 2 together and do that. But you was like, you just gave me an example and say, run with it. That's easier. It's like hands-on. You showed me hands-on, then you give me theory, and say, now I'm going to build that. I didn't even start with it. She used to say, oh, go over here to this video, download program. But you didn't tell me how to download the program. You didn't tell me how to do this. You record samples, and it's like, okay, I gotta read something and research. But it's like, if you told me, like, okay, let's pull up the program. Okay, this program, that this, you put the same page on your computer, and then you just like go through it with me to get started. She told me with programs to go get, but then I can't move forward. I was playing with it, then with a bunch of microphones, different shows, different things. But I stopped because I haven't got the technical part yet to maneuver, go record over here, go record over there. There's some content there. Or find a little quote or something that fits in, And that's why I'm just building content, because you guys told me videotape stuff. So I'm doing that. I'm just coming up with bunnies and stuff. But now I gotta start merging that stuff and get it to come together and make sense of it. Now the woman that I told you was gonna help me talk and whatever.
Yes.
She's dying of cancer. She was in stage 4, but they put a colostomy bag in her, and then the colostomy bag was leaking, and then her body became septic. And so they took her back to the hospital, ICU, but they came through surgery on her because of her immune system and her heart. So she can't go to surgery to correct the bag. So it's like, and honestly, I'm a messed up person. I knew her before, and we were to her house a little bit or whatever. But I didn't go over there for certain reasons. But will introduce me to, because we have bad history where she would introduce me to somebody, and then if I work with them, she takes it as personal, like, you went behind my back. And I'm like, what? All the people that I referred to you, and you telling me I went behind your back? And I said, you know what? I don't want to know nobody you. Don't introduce me to them. And then she steady trying to introduce me to people, but I'm like, I don't want to meet them. I walk away. I don't call them. And maybe this speaker is something, but I'm not going to access your resources. Because, like I was telling you, I don't want nobody to have influence over my podcast. Kim, you come at me and you say, Charles, let me open up opportunities for you so you can start building content or whatever. You don't say, let's do this, let's do that, let's talk about that. You just like this guy, you said, hey, you triggered a certain thing, something along the line, to let me help you. It's like the way you presented it was like building, not tearing me down. So, I feel good about stuff. There's more in my head. There's more knowledge deep down. But when I get comfortable, you notice when I get comfortable, I start hitting you with all kinds of stuff. I'm like, boom, 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 boom. And you say, wait, Charles, what did you say? And like one time I went to, my wife was trying to do fashion. So we went to the California Mart, which they make the students at the Fashion Institute make clothes there. And then they sell them to the public, or they show them in an exhibition or whatever. So I went there, and then that's when I was doing the food post. And then what I was doing, I was researching all the fruits that this company had. So I was finding out all the medical benefits, what's good, what's bad, blah, 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 and how it feels in your body. So I had 2 big binders printouts of what that food does. So I'll be like papaya, which has pepin, which is the same thing as Pepto Bismol, but it breaks down protein. It's like pineapple. Bromide breaks down proteins. So people use that in marinade to break down the protein. But it helps in your stomach when you eat something bad, or not bad, but it's too strong for your stomach. It helps to break down that protein and make it more digestible for you. A lot of people don't even know their weaknesses or their allergies until it happens. And it's like, oh yeah. So it's when I start opening it up and then I'm flowing, that's when I'm like, okay, turn the mic on. So it's like let me hit on this, let me hit on that. And sometimes it comes out unorganized, but let me capture it so later I can organize it and elaborate on it, so that I make sense. Because when I'm going through stuff, sometimes I'm telling you, but see, you have a knack of learning stuff. Sometimes it's challenging.
What you just said, Charles?
No, I said you are challenging.
And
you challenge me, and some of your research is challenging too, because you be like, the universe and this and that, and then I'm like, okay, where you going with this? Then I get on train with you, but then sometimes that's why I said you start like going to left field as far as me. Sometimes you're above me. You're out of my league, like on certain topics, because I don't know nothing about that. Just like when I tell you something, and then you're like, oh, help me to understand. We don't shoot each other down. You notice that, right?
Yes, we don't.
We build each other up. Even when you say something crazy, I find something competent about it and then help you, direct you to how you get the best benefit out of it that works with you. Like when you said you went to the hospital and when they jammed you up and you were shot and all this.
Right.
There were things you doing that led them to believe certain things.
Right.
And like you were filming something, and doing this and that, and then all of a sudden, the guy came out. That was wrong that the security guy came out. But see, that's where you hit him with some knowledge about you can't do shit. I'm on public. You can't do shit to me. And how did I get? Well, you get a little tired. Come on in the hospital. Now you give your rights as a fool. It's like you got the First Amendment where you can speak your mind, but then you walk into the belly of the devil. Like he convinced you to walk on across this threshold so that now I got jurisdiction to do what the I want to do. Well, she was the same thing and led me to believe she was getting a heat stroke or something. So I had to subdue her and bring her in for her own health. You understand? So that's why I'm giving to these black men. I'm giving you knowledge so that when it happens again, you won't fall. You built up. I say this song, build a fortress around. It's the guy out of Chicago. He wrote a gospel song. He said, Jesus, build a fortress around me every day. Meaning, God put a fortress around me, protect me, and hold me, and keep away from evil or whatever, so that if I can't see it, you block me and it can't get to me. You gotta have an aura. Just like when I gotta do this thing, I gotta have an aura. Pretty much a sign from God that this person's on the right route, and you gotta get something that's bigger than you that's wrong. Like if I take you down a thing and don't use brakes, and then we get to the bottom and we stop abruptly, and it's like, you know, when people speak and give knowledge, you want to have an aura that you can work on it. And once you talk the truth, people will come more to you. And when you tell me go to that house, go here, go there, go that, you go to places for hear you. And then, like the other night, okay, so when I got home the other night, and I just got home from something. Maybe I was in San Diego or like, and I took my dog out walking late, and I gone on. So I came out at night. No, something happened. I sleep out, but I walked the dog at 2:30 in the morning, maybe 4. And the guy, I was fucking dog, right? And then he said to me, he said, "Hey man, I haven't seen you in a while." And it's kind of like I didn't never see him. He said he usually has a dog, and so I'm like, wow, I didn't check him. So we were talking. I said, now I'm about to be out there. I said, he was like, Chris. He said, you know what I did last week? I went to a high blood pressure workshop. And the woman who was teaching the class said, we are exposed to a lot of stress and negativity. The moment we wake up to the moment we go to sleep. He said, think about this. Wake up in the morning, you hear what the news is. Then whenever you push feet and then you see, and then you go to work and then you deal with that stress. Then you may drive home and then you see road rage. And then you may cut off. So now the whole day there's no negativity thrown and your life got stepped out. He said, you already got stress on you because you got all this stress and you don't know it. And then the next day start and you got the same stress on you. That's why your blood pressure will be level when you got all this dealing with. And then you got to go, program, woman you got pregnant, she wants to be better, between a job that really can't do. She wants to go to travel. She wants to be this. It's your money. You know, you must see, she doesn't have to do that. That means my wife is doing it. Now they can't come back to it. They was going traveling all over the place. Yeah, go crazy. So these all these places in the country. NASA, you ain't got a dog. How you doing this shit? I know it's going great, Father. Don't make of unreality, non-realistic. Because you can't live in America and not work. Generate income. So they were waiting for me. I was paying $600 like food. And it was like, you for rent? I was like, yeah, technically somebody didn't pay what I realized I'm helping you. Right now, I don't feel that. But you guys have to go. And then you can that's my whole thing with the distance. They're doing this See, that's what we do. I don't want to go to and that is you already, but trust, if you talk to other people about what goes on in your life, like, it's a lot. And it's like every time I talk about it, I know what's going to say. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to say, part A,
Charles,
hold on. You ain't like,
hold on a second.
yeah.
How you doing? I'm the Freedom Queen, and I'm on a global mission to raise consciousness. I am an archangel of deception, and my job is to bring light to the world, as well as to be your future queen in place of Queen Victoria. I am the embodiment of Henrietta Lacks. We have immortal selves, and my job is to teach you this technology. It's in you. Greatness is in you. It's in all of us. And we have this power that is being unleashed on the planet for all of you to witness. The cosmic intelligence that is guiding me and all of you in this scientific experiment. They told you movies like The Matrix and like The Truman Story. They told you about these things, but you thought that they were for entertainment. You know about The Wizard of Oz? Kansas. Yes. This is the best time ever to be alive on the planet. And I was hoping that my DJ would have given me the remote control so I can show you how you can go under this amazing influence and become a creative giant. Charles got me on hold. Charles just had a kidney replacement. I ended up blogging for him. He had been waiting for over almost 7 years. And within, I want to say 30 days, he got a transplant. And all I did was something intentional every day. I wrote a note on a little card like this that says, watch the sight words. I said, send an emoji to my friend Charles. That's all I did. And within a short time, I need my remote control. I'm about to cry because when y'all realize how amazing you are and how this is the best time to be alive on this planet and that all of your debts are going to be forgiven and the work I'm doing in the politicals. Do you understand that you got power in you? And you can channel this power to your third eye. Bingo. They can't stop you. Listen, it happens with the sun. It happens with the moon. And it happens with the LED lightings in your streets. You can play in it. We're all energy, and we can transfer it to ourselves. You want to see? I need to end this video.